mean, we had help. So inside the puppets, I don't know how familiar you all are with it. This is probably a better example. You have what's called an armature, which is basically like the skeleton that goes inside the puppet, and this provides all of the range of movement, and it kind of just gives it like a sturdiness to it. So inside this puppet it's actually made out of wire, but it's kind of a skeleton like this. So we just had to coordinate with her to make sure that like the puppet head and things would actually be able to be installed onto the armature. So she created, there's a little hole in the neck that basically this piece will go through. So it allows us to kind of connect the head. It's also helpful if something were to break, you can take that piece off and fix it and then put it back onto the body. So once we kind of figured out the size of the puppet that we needed, she did like a rough sketch of what she kind of envisioned. We kind of signed off on it, and so she just went to work and tried to wish I grabbed some others, but it took her a little while to figure out how to actually get it's a complicated process to get it to work in terms of doing silicone molds. But once she figured it out, she kind of made this for us. And then this guy, this is actually so she made this, and you can see like the mouth has some movement to it, so we were able to animate that. You know, you can move the eyeballs around, so that's how we took a little, we take a needle and stick it in the eye to be able to move it where we needed it to go. So it was great that she gave us that option, because we were able to get more expression out of the puppet.
For those last shots, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the good thing with stop motion with a lot of these puppets is, you can always get creative with it. There's really in my opinion, there's probably somebody might disagree, but there seems to be no limitation of what you can really do with them when you're fabricating them. Now this guy, his mouth is pretty limited. He's got a wire in there, so he can't really do too much. But that was okay for this project. But what a lot of people will do is they'll have replacement faces, and they could have like magnets that'll, one expression will pop off the face, and then you pop it back on, and that's kind of where you have your vowels and things like that. And that's how they execute a lot of the speaking, the lip sync. So if we wanted his face to do, like an Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it kind of melts, you might want to have some replacement faces or something to go down. But there's not too many limitations of what you can or what you can't do. But you just got to make sure that you know what you need for the puppet first.
That's so cool, for this project, you just needed 2 puppets, or did you get more of the boy and creeper?
In the actual story, the boy has parents, I guess. It's like a family. And we were like, it was partially practicality. We wanted to keep this thing simple. Obviously, we had no experience in animation. So what attracted us to the story was the simplicity. There was only a couple sets that we needed to pull it off. So it was kind of like a nice practice for us to do. We got rid of the other puppets because we thought, let's just keep it focused. So some people might wonder, what's this boy doing out in the woods on his own?
He was looking for food.
We thought it kind of kept the story, gave it just an extra creepy feel to it, and we didn't feel we needed enough. We debated whether or not we needed to acknowledge that in the story in some way, but then we thought, let's just keep this. It's a ghost story.
Yeah, sometimes not knowing is better.
Yeah. So
exactly. There was some projects they'll have different sizes of a certain puppet. Like you might have. It's like this guy, for example, you might have a larger one if you wanted to have his hand like holding a toe or something along those lines, or a smaller one. We just had these 2 puppets. They're just the same size, and we just worked with that throughout. We did have different size versions of the toe, though, but that was easy to sort backwards. We just sort of molded the clay and just did different versions of the toe. So, but as far as the puppets go, just those 2 and just that same size.